Don't stop, never give up. Hold your hands high and reach the top. Oh, hello. Hey, Cardo, music off. I didn't see you there. Yeah, that was... Yeah, okay, anyway, so now that you're here, and I'm out on the bike, let's do day 4 of the Canary Island Caper.
Well, hello there, ladies and gents, and bienvenido a Gran Canaria.
So here we are, day 4, almost at the end. I'm climbing a road that could be better described as a wall. And today's ride is a mash together of several recommendations once again from Jen at Canary Ride, who provided the bike for this tour. So huge thanks to Canary Ride for that. So we have a monstrous pile of incredible Wrigleys coming that we mostly haven't even seen yet. Incredible, hard to believe that there are still masses of super twisty roads that I haven't seen even after 3 full days of riding. So I'm going to battle my way through this traffic on the outskirts of Santa Brígida, which Jen also warned me about. Get what you deserve if you don't listen to local advice. But once the traffic's out of the way, it is on. But at 15 degrees and dropping, not a moment before, change the jacket. Right, now I'm warmed up. Let's get on. It's magic, the quick dressing tricks you learn at Moto Vlogger School. Oh, I'm getting a transmission from the tower. Roads ahead are quiet and we are cleared for our approach to the twisties. Roger. Okay, chaps, chocks away. Back at Roque Nublo Point again. The big donger sticking up out of the rock there. But I've already seen it from several angles, so I think for today, I'm just going to continue onwards. Because today is going to be a bit of a long one. There's a lot more Wrigleys today than we've had on any other day so far. Because I've actually got a bit more time. The basic premise of this whole thing and how it's come about is me and the missus, the lovely Mrs. ManCam, feeling depressed, wanted some sunshine. Gran Canaria was the place to get the most guaranteed sun in the beginning of April. And she decided she wanted to do a language course, which obviously left me twiddling my thumbs. So then she actually suggested, well, why don't you see if you can rent a motorbike? And then Canary Ride kindly jumped on board and provided the bike. So it's all turned out swimmingly, and it's been a tremendously enjoyable few days of blasting around on this awesome machine on these incredible roads with this astonishing scenery. But yeah, as part of her course, they're doing a field trip today, so I've got a lot longer before I need to be home to spend the afternoon on the beach with her. Life doesn't get better than that. So here we go, this is the first of the recommended roads. This is the GC605. This heads all the way from up here in the region of Tejeda, where we've been a couple of times, south in the direction of Morgan. One thing that's concerning me a tiny bit and holding up the pace a little is that there's fresh all over the road, everywhere. So the animals are on the move, obviously. Definitely one of the rougher rides I've had this week. That's what she said. Thankfully what she didn't say was, careful you don't slip, there's shit everywhere. look at that road down there. That's what we're about to go on. And then we're going to spin it round and come back up it. But it does mean a very fast descent. As in steep, switchback-tastic. And there we go. That is the length of the GC605 from north to south. Now all we need to do, spin it round, do it again in the other direction. Also, the GC200 that way to La Aldea es una carretera muy divertida. Very enjoyable. We drove down that on the car, but sadly, this route would be far too long to get it in today if I were to do that. But who knows? There's always tomorrow. For now, I'm going to bosh back up the full length of the GC605. Along with everybody's favourite, tight inside right-hand hairpins. It's always that balance, isn't it, between slowing down enough to get around, but not slowing down so much that the bike tips in too much and you fall into the corner. So many incredibly blind bends though. Nothing you can do but either take your life in your hands or slow down until you can see what's around there. Last thing you want to do is be on the inside of that, leaned over when something else wants to share the road with you. No thanks! It is good having something torquey like a V-twin, so that when you do ask for the power, it comes almost immediately rather than bogging down and then leaving you lying on your side. What is incredible though is that the weather is amazing, yet these roads are almost completely empty. I mean, you wouldn't get this kind of freedom of space on a Swiss pass when the weather's like this. There'd be camper vans and tour buses, you'd never get by. But here, on this little island, it's just completely empty. There haven't been a huge amount of bikers that we've seen on this whole week so far, which surprises me a little bit, but then again, when we went out in the car at the weekend, it was absolutely heaving with locals. On some pretty tasty machines as well. And also, impressively, everybody in full leather, full biking gear. Didn't see anybody caning around on a Ducati sports bike in a t-shirt and flip-flops. So, well done, Gran Canarians. I salute you. And then now that we're halfway back up the 605, we bosh down here to the yet more natchety and wild GC505, which is a lot looser, rougher, twistier, wilder. I know this because we came down here in a car and it was at times maybe a tiny little bit hair-raising. But at the time I was thinking this would be an absolute belter on an adventure bike. So here we are, on an adventure bike. Getting ABS intervention on the rear wheel shows you how loose this road really is. Very gravelly. That's definitely much warmer work than smashing around the serpentines. Although strangely that said, the GC505 was in both directions there, so maybe what I was just on wasn't it at all. But it was a nice challenging little section. There we go, with less Filipinas, that is almost the full length of the GC505. It does carry on through these hills a bit down to Morgan, but it gets a bit villagey, it gets a bit straight, there'll be traffic. We haven't got time for that kind of stuff. So I'm going to throw a quick U-turn, have a quick battery change, and then we'll head back up the other way. Now I understand. Straight ahead is the rest of the GC505, but it very quickly becomes a residents only area over here. I couldn't plan a route through there, so this is as far as we go with that. So back up the crazy gravelly stretch. Let the fun begin. Although to be honest, I think it's going to be less sketchy going up than it was coming down. I always hate jamming on the brakes on loose ground coming downhill. You've got the weight of the bike and the momentum of the movement ganged up on you together on that front tyre. This must be proper sketchy on a road bike, those skinny little tyres. Whoop. Little skip with no real problems at all, which puts some justification into the idea that when you tip the bike instead of your body in these loose ground situations, you're much better able to control the slide if it happens. A bit of a front wheel shimmy there as well, but again, no issues. Staying relaxed on the bars, keeping my weight neutral. I mean, this isn't really gravel, but being ready for the patches doesn't hurt, does it? There we go, that's the end of that little rough adventure. So now we're going to smash back up the GC605, and after that I think it's going to be about time for a little lunch break. I've built up a proper hunger. So back up to Tejeda again, and hopefully a nice lunch stop. That's been 3 hours on the bike now without any real break to speak of. Really must get off, stretch the legs, something to eat, maybe even an ice cream, who knows, we are on holiday after all. I don't think that view when you come around the corner will ever not be a surprise. That's just immense. Probably the exact same thing I said last time I was here, all those many 3 days ago. here's a mirador. We came along here in the car and actually walked up there, all the way up to the top of the peak there. Astonishing view of Roque Bentayga over there, and then that's Roque Nublo behind on a whole different angle. You should see it here. Here we are on Tejeda. Cutesy little balcony patio square areas down there where I had the pastry on Monday. There it is, down there. But that's not where we're heading just yet. I can smell the pastries though. Me and the missus actually came up here and had lunch, which is now closed. That's a bad sign. As we were leaving, we noticed up here there was a food truck, but looks like it's gone. So they obviously don't do midweek. Well, shame that. I'm going to have to go into the town again and find something else. That's lunch done in Tejeda. Not the healthiest lunch I've ever had. With that gluttony out of the way, the adventure doth continue. I'm going to now follow a twisty, wriggly, windy route through the hills back to Las Palmas. It's going to be about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of riding. 35.8 kilometers away. It's going to take me an hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, that is now my last recommendations from Jen at Canary Ride. Taken care of, ticked off the list. Although to be fair, the roads going there, and I hope now the roads going back, are going to be just as enjoyable. I wonder if it's like the lobsters, you get to pick your chicken. Clouds are drawing in all around as well. This little town or whatever it is just goes on forever. If it even counts as a town. But look down there, it's just like the odd house along the ridge and then nothing down the sides. How close do houses need to be to constitute one conurbation, I ask you? Jesus, we are really in the boonies now. These roads just keep getting smaller and more convoluted. Do you want to meet me halfway, Beeline? What, I'm supposed to go that way, am I? Look, I've got 3 directions, and this arrow isn't any of them. Nope. Can't go that way. No, that's the way the arrow is pointing. Useless piece of shit. I don't even think this road is wide enough for a car. Bike traffic only. What the f? the f is going on? This Beeline thing just gets more and more on my tits. Just spent the money on a half-decent sat-nav for sake. So all of this was a dead end for nowhere. Why just keep going up the nothing instead of just saying, you're going the wrong way, do a U-turn? You could have saved all of this. Why did I even come down here? Are you kidding me? Well, this doesn't feel right. Anti-wheelie's kicking in, the hill's so steep. Bloody hell. Don't mind me, I'm just lost. And the road's closed. Just go and see how closed. Doesn't look very official, but at the same time. I thought the road was going up there then. I mean, I was ready to give it a crack. Come at me, Brod. Jesus, I'm starting to think I'm never going to get home. Pretty sure I'm going in the wrong direction now. She's probably thinking I'm pretty sure I've seen him before. Just want to get over there and I'm not getting any closer. Right, I'm checking the map. Yeah, look at that. I've just gone round in a great big circle. Right, I've chopped out a waypoint. It was the waypoint that was screwing us, because the waypoint was on the closed road. So instead of just carrying on that way, it took me that way, took the first available loop back, then went back to the closed road. Oh, there's got to be an easier way, and it can't be maps. Yep, me again. Awkward. Don't worry, I won't be back this way again. If I have to, I will ride across the fields to get there. Right, now we're talking. This is new. Went that way before. I think we can actually make it home. My God, civilization, I'm saved! What did I say about bell ends and shorts and flip-flops? Well, there we go. Once again, that's me back in Las Palmas, home for the night. Thank you so very much for joining me on this part 4 of the Canary Island Caper with Canary Ride. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you hated it, give it a dislike. If you really liked it, show it to someone else. The video, not... you know what I'm talking about. Also, huge thanks once again to Canary Ride for providing me with this fine steed for me to blat around on these roads on. It's been an absolute pleasure to ride this thing, and the roads have been immensely enjoyable. I do hope you'll join me again tomorrow for the 5th and final part of this series. As with most of the other days, I still have no idea what I'm going to do. I'll have a think about that tonight over a shandy. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Till then, keep yourself out of trouble, keep your shiny side up, and I'll see you out there. Ta-ra!